Om Shanti and good morning and a very warm welcome to Aberdeen Hindu Temple in Stonywood on Sunday the 10th July 2022. Today I wanted to pick up the aspect of tapasya. Tapasya means intense meditation, which means unadulterated meditation, tapasya, focus, which means that there are no other thoughts that go into my mind apart from the thought of the aim of my tapasya, of my meditation. And that tapasya does not just mean intense meditation, but it means also that I actually transform, I change the consciousness of myself to that extent that I am free from any attractions of the things around me, because everything around me can pull and can disturb my meditation very easily, particularly in the beginning when I have to have a peaceful environment to help me with my meditation. As I get more experienced and as I practice more and I give more time to my meditation, then it is much easier to get into that intense meditation, into that fire of yoga and that volcanic yoga, where everything negative and anything bad will be just burnt away and incinerated, not to come back again. Tapasya means to really move away from my awareness of I, the body. Because as I move away, I become subtle. And the more subtle I become, the more I actually start to recognize myself of I, the soul, the immortal being, the eternal being, the one who has been through many births and who has reached that point where I'm actually interested in meditation. And I'm interested in coming back into the awareness of who I am in my most perfect, subtle form. Because while I'm sitting here in my physical form, there is also that very perfect, very subtle form of myself. A form that does not recognize any negativity, that does not have any negativity, that has no problems, no difficulties with the world around. Form that is strong, that is powerful. A being that is subtle and yet can be felt, and yet has an imprint, actually changes the whole atmosphere of the place just through its presence. Daddy Janki, who used to be the chief of the Brahma Kumaris and left the body at the age of 104 a couple of years ago, she would be such that she had a small body, an elderly body. And yet when she entered the room, the whole atmosphere of the room changed. There was maybe people speaking as soon as she arrived, not even on a stage, maybe coming from the back. Yet everybody became aware because the atmosphere changed. To be a tapasvi means to move away from my awareness of I, the body, into the awareness of I, the eternal being, the one who has gone through many births, many cultures, many geographies, many families, and have collected the actions, collected the experiences and perform the charity that has taken me to this time at this very moment. Because if I'm interested into spirituality, it's because there has to be charity, which means, in a way, loving kindness in my life, and that I've touched other souls in that way. Because the ultimate aim of a soul is not of having a wonderful car. Well, that'll be useful, or a great mansion, or lots of servants. That'll be useful, but it's not essential for my spiritual journey. And the spiritual journey doesn't have to be uncomfortable, but it has not to have a lot of wasted time, resources, and lack of love, all these sort of things. I'm not comparing having wealth, physical wealth, with wasting, but where everything that I have is used in a worthwhile way. And to be used in a worthwhile way means that everything I have is used to benefit. And that way, in that loving kindness, in that charity, I accumulate, and I accumulate for my future births. Now, when I sit in my tapasvi form, when I sit in meditation, and I want to have that intense meditation experience, I need to detach myself from this world. As long as I have my attention on this world, on what other people said, on what I have, I don't have, what I have to do, these sort of things, it means that I have lack of focus and attachment to the things around me. But if I want to move into that perfect, beautiful, subtle form that I have of myself, then I have to become very quiet inside and really detach myself from everything. Be it for 1 minute, be it for 5 minutes, be it for 10 minutes, be it for half an hour, 2 hours. The more practice and the more time I give into that, the more I actually experience that peaceful state inside myself. In a way, to create spaces between my thoughts and then extend these spaces that carry peace and quietness and love and kindness in them. And the more I actually become aware of those spaces or these pauses, and I extend these pauses of peace and love and happiness, the more that becomes my nature, the more I actually create that atmosphere in my world. And as I create it, then in a way, in a subtle way, I invite others to be part of this world. And together, we change this world. Together, we create pauses of peace and love and kindness. So there's a method to get there. And the method is to become peaceful and quiet, to allow the body to be relaxed and comfortable so that it's not pulled by the external world around me. To feel the peace inside and to open your mind and your heart like a beautiful lotus flower that spreads its fragrance, its beautiful colors, its light, and gives enjoyment just at looking at that. But to allow myself to experience that peace inside. I start to experience happiness inside. I start to experience strength and courage. I'm unshakable, no matter what happens around me. I become the observer of everything that's happening around me. But as a sight scene, I allow myself to detach from those sight scenes, from the things that are happening, without allowing them to affect my peace, my happiness, my strength, my health, my stability. At times I will have, at times I will not have. At times people will love me, at times people will not love me. But my effort is going to be to harness and to give that love and to be patient, because love will return. Love is a currency that cannot be returned in a negative way. But love is a currency that creates more of that same currency. It doesn't, by giving it, it doesn't become less. And so first of all, let me go into the first step of tapasya, which is to sit quietly and peacefully. Comfortably, nothing aching or pulling. My breath also becomes very peaceful, very quiet, but deep, with a pause after breathing in and a pause after breathing out. Very conscious, very mindful. And now my attention can move away from the body to the center of my forehead, in between my eyebrows, the place where the throne of the soul, the being of light is, the one I am eternally, the being of light, the diamond that has so many beautiful facets that express clarity, honesty, purity, love, peace, kindness, caring, wisdom, happiness, bliss. Let me go into that very subtle stage of being myself. Whatever is the past, let the past be what it was. Learn from it and move on into the future. Recreating, changing, transforming the self and coming closer to your perfect form. Your form that is perfect, the form that is benevolent, that brings light and hope to the world. Let me go into that awareness of the body, of the soul, away from the awareness of the body, from the gender, age, geography, culture, race. And let me go into the awareness of my pure consciousness of I, the soul, the being of light. Not limited by external appearances, tall, short, thin, overweight, beautiful. Whatever I am externally, let me detach from it and let me not be determined by it. But let me stand in my full beauty, in the awareness of who I am eternally. Let me open my heart and my mind to all the possibilities. But let me connect with the possibilities that the Supreme is giving me. The source, the seed, the universal power, the one beyond this world. The one who's absolutely perfect, who is the spiritual father and mother, companion and friend, who is always with us. And so when I actually become as subtle as that form, I'm under the canopy of protection of the Supreme. And when I am under that canopy of protection, I'm the embodiment of values, of love and kindness, of caring, of patience, benevolent, cooperative, wise, truthful, self-respecting, loving. I feel secure, not lacking anything. I'm eternal. And in that vision of eternity, I connect with others. And I connect with others coming from a deep point of love, of attention, of kindness, of caring. I'm detached from my own circumstances. I'm detached from the circumstances and situations of others. And yet I'm fully loving, empowering, uplifting. In my mind, I have no conflict because I understand that that is waste. But as I take care of every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year of my life, I make sure that I actually bring together only the good qualities and aspects of the self. I don't allow any negativity to come whatsoever. And like the sun is shining, it's shining for everyone. It doesn't differentiate between those who should and those who shouldn't receive the rays of the sun. My vision is inclusive, is unifying. It brings oneness. It brings experience of that brotherhood that we on this human world are, that unlimited brotherhood, which includes all genders, includes all people, and has that vision of that higher humanity, that higher consciousness. A world where there's only beauty, a world that does not recognize any negativity, where there is not the ability to inflict pain or suffering, where there's no selfishness, ego, anger, greed, attachment, lust, nothing. but a world that is governed by love, by peace, by wisdom, by strength, by purity, purity of thought, purity of action, purity of intention, of happiness, of bliss. A world where there is respect of every being, where nothing is lacking. Let us harness and let us bring this world to a reality. Making it real in our hearts, in our minds, in our meditation. A world where no greed allows waters to be polluted, but where we take care of every drop of water and make sure nothing is wasted. A world where the eyes are friendly and kind, inviting and unifying, patient and loving, where the hearts are pure and honest, true, strong, loving, where the light all around us dispels all darkness, the darkness of the mind, the darkness of situations. But by bringing light, by bringing truth into those situations, by making them, showing them to the awareness of others, any problems, any situations are resolved. Because the aim is of producing goodness, of producing, of giving support to every soul in this world, where we live in symbiosis, not just with other humans, but with all the other animals and plants, where we allow them to grow and to develop without taking from them, but sharing the bountiful of this world that we can live on. And as a tapasvi, I detach myself from all the difficult things, from all the negativities of this world. I become aware of I, the soul, the being of light, and I connect with the supreme light, with the supreme soul. And as I sit there, I'm filled with rays of love and peace, of happiness, purity, of strength and empowerment. And I can feel happiness like little molecules bouncing around in myself. Because ultimately, there's no needs, there's no desires, but there is only that awareness of being part of the whole. And as being of part of the whole, I'm supported by the whole. So by practicing going into that space that is filled with kindness, with love, with the awareness of the source that is beyond this world, by filling it with this awareness, there is no waste. There's intensity in that meditation. Without effort, I don't have to make effort, but I just stay in that awareness and experience the love, experience the light, the self-respect, the recognition. I expand beyond my limits of my physical awareness. And this energy diffuses into the world and transforms all negativity into love, into peace, into security, into safety. And brings happiness to the hearts of those who come in contact. Let me be as unlimited as the oceans, as strong as the wind, as bright as a blue sky, as light as a feather. And let me bring benefit and happiness to the souls I come in contact with. Let me be connected with the Supreme. Let me detach from the awareness of I, the body, and go into the awareness of I, the soul, and then merge in yoga, connect and unify in yoga with the Supreme. And in that communion, in that communication, let me release an intention. Let go of any difficulty and fill that space with the love, with the recognition, with the attention from the Supreme. And let me be the golden vessel that holds that love, that holds that energy of the Supreme. Let me be the bringer of this beautiful message to the world. And in that awareness, experience a complete stage, a stage of my perfect form, of the one who gives to the world. Sitting under this canopy of the Supreme and inviting others to come under this canopy. A place that is secure, a place that is kind and loving. And let me be the one who becomes a beacon of light and hope for the world. Let my heart share the light and the fragrance of spirituality. When walking about, let your eyes be the lights of the world. and bring hope and goodness to the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om, I am Shanti, peace. Om Shanti, I am a being of peace. I am peace. Om Shanti.